Zach Rayner here from Canadian Insurance Brokers, partnership with Rayner Insurance. Today's video is simply about fitness centers. And I want to discuss 3 common exposures that fitness centers face. And when I'm talking about fitness centers, I'm talking about your standard gyms, your martial arts training centers or UFC style gyms. I'm talking about dance studios. I'm talking about your rowing studios. I'm talking about your high intensity F45 style gyms. These are types of risks that really follow all types of fitness centers. So the first one I wanted to get into was your professional liability. And in specific here, I wanted to talk about the trainers that you're employing. There's a risk in terms of professional liability there. For example, if your trainer is pushing someone to their very max, trying to get those ultimate results, and unfortunately maybe there's some physical harm that results in that, they're injured, or even emotional trauma from going through that, there is liability there, and that's something that you should definitely be aware of and be talking to your trainers about. And falling under that umbrella, professional liability, as well as the harassment. If your trainers are out on the floor and it's perceived that they were harassing clients, or potentially sexually harassing clients or things like that, of course that opens up all sorts of liability issues. So definitely something to consider. Number 2, that's kind of falling under a similar category, is general liability. And of course, with all sorts of cool fitness equipment kicking around, maybe you got your kettlebells, you got your boxing equipment, or you got things out there for box jumps. Slips and falls are something that we see obviously much more common with gyms because of all this equipment, and injuries there. There could be areas that the gym can be found liable for. So as always, follow the standard safety procedures in terms of you're mopping the floor, making sure to be putting out a wet floor sign, and just being aware of putting things away into the side to make sure to avoid either of those slip and fall claims. The final one that I did want to discuss here that is a common exposure but many gyms don't think about, number 3, is your cyber exposure. So really, when I think about cyber exposures there, now all gyms are run through a computer system. Within that system, you may be storing client contact information, emails and phone numbers. You may be storing a copy of their ID. Some gyms keep that on file. And of course, you may be storing their payment info. All those things are liable to a cyber attack. And of course, we've seen situations with phishing and things like that where information is leaked to a third party, and that creates a cyber liability. With that as well, with many gyms switching over to 24-hour access and having the cards, we've seen cyber liabilities there in terms of those systems being shut down. So this information is all provided here through Zach Rayner, Canadian Insurance Brokers. I love working with gyms in terms of their insurance needs. This is something that I specialize in. And if you are interested in a quote this year, I'm going to leave all my contact information right here below. You can reach me and we can walk through all sorts of different options through a coverage-based approach to make sure that we're protecting your business, number 1. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.